Yeah. So I'm here with the ever wonderful Kirsty Murray, and welcome.
Thanks, Vincent. Really fun to be here with you. And with Casper, who's yapping in the background, I believe.
There he is. So, which is kind of timely for what we're about to talk about. So you've written so many different books in many genres, and for young adults and for children and for all sorts, and they're all wonderful to read. But today we're going to be talking about one of your newer books. It's called When Billy Was a Dog, and there it is. It's fantastic. So, I've sometimes wanted to be a dog myself because, they have the life, they get food, they get to sleep wherever they want, they'll cuddle up to you, they can just roll in whatever and it's fine. So, yeah, always wanted to do that at some point.
I think it's a universal drive to actually, particularly with little kids, at some point every child wants to be some other creature. And I was inspired to write this book because one of my own kids, when he was little, was so obsessed with the idea of becoming a dog that he literally did. I mean, this is actually non-fiction that's been turned into a picture book because my son Billy wanted to be a dog. And I actually started the story more than 10 years ago, actually a long time ago. I started it when I started to notice a whole new generation of kids wanting to be animals. And I thought, it reminded me of Billy. And then about 4 years ago, my next door neighbor, a lovely little boy called Thomas, got a new puppy. And watching Thomas play with his new pet Jet brought back all those memories of Billy wanting to be a dog and all the different kids I knew who longed to have a pet, and seeing how incredibly thrilled Thomas was to be a pet owner made me go back and pull out the draft of When Billy Was a Dog and start reworking it. So I actually started it as with the idea it might be an Aussie bite. And the first draft was it was over 3,500 words. It was very substantial. But in essence, it was always a picture book. And the visuals in it, I think Karen Blair has done an amazing job. I love the pictures in this. And I'm sure it's all thanks to Karen that this book's on the CBCA shortlist this year in the early childhood category, because she's done such a great job with the images. My favourite picture, one of my favourite pictures, which is the big awe moment, is that one.
Aww.
Which is just, it's the awe pictures, and everybody makes that noise instant when they see it. They all go, it's so cute. But so watching other little children, apart from my own kids and their relationships with animals and grown-ups' relationships with animals, and the way we interact imaginatively with our pets, particularly when we're little, is what the book's all about. And so Billy, the main character, really, 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 really wants a dog, and his parents won't let him have a dog. So one morning he just gets up and decides he's going to be a dog. So there's panels like this one, which was based on true fact. And I think Karen captured it perfectly with Dad face palming in this series of panels about what Billy would like to get up to and is discouraged from doing by his father. Lots of humour, lots of fun writing it. And then so much fun watching Karen Blair bring the story to life with her fabulous illustration. So it's nice to see it having such a happy life in the world. So, but you as a pet owner too, look, Casper's being so good.
Yes.
He's so intrigued by the story.
He was very intrigued by the story. He thought, I'm just going to have a sleep and listen to it going along. This is fantastic.
Oh, well, I'll have to do a live reading for Casper so he can listen.
But he's ready. He can hear it. He's going, I love Kirsty Murray. We're going to have a session.
Anyway, well, fun talking about the book with you, Vincent, and great to meet Casper.
Thank you, and wonderful to talk to you about it too. And I hope to continue in the future with more talks with you. And I hope you're having a wonderful Easter so far.
Yeah, I am. Well, it's a funny time for all of us. It's a great time to be reading a lot more books, isn't it? Because it's, yeah, the lockdown is for the COVID-19 virus is pretty intense here in Melbourne. But it's one of the nice things about being an author is that being locked down is just a good excuse to read and write more books. So the very strange silver lining to this storm that's passing over us.
I very much agree. It's the perfect time to catch up on the reading that you haven't done, or the pile of books you've got there sitting there, particularly the Kirsty Murray books. You need to go and buy those from your local bookstore.
Thanks, Vincent. Well, I look forward to talking to you about the new release that's actually come out just this month, Strangers on Country, which is quite a different project to When Billy Was a Dog, and published by the National Library. But When Billy Was a Dog's by published by Ellen and Unwin. But Strangers on Country is so exciting. But we'll save that up for another conversation, because I know we're going to try and do a conversation with Dave Hartley, the co-author with that, and Dov Leffler, who's the illustrator for that book. So that'll be fun. Well, it looks like Casper is really, really really finished with his side of the interview.
Goodbye, Kirsty Murray. Thank you so much.
See you, Vincent. See you, Casper.
I look forward to talking to you again in the future.